Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. After that last loss to Navy, we're at the bottom of our division. And what's funny about that is that, the rest of our division isn't doing very well. So we are still very much in the race. But, my goal this season is really to make a bowl game. I do want to win conference, but I need a lot of things to swing my way. And first off, we need to beat everybody. We need to pretty much win the rest of our conference games. But on top of that, we need everybody to beat everybody. So, we could still make the conference championship. We haven't played anybody in our division that will really make a difference. So I think we could actually make our conference championship. We'll see. But our conference record is 0-3. We are at the bottom of our division, like I said. And we are going up against a tough team once again, Arkansas State. So Arkansas State is an 83 overall team. You see they've had losses early on in the season. They actually lost to FCS Midwest. I don't know how these teams are losing to FCS. That's like them losing to us pretty much. But, FCS, it's so bad. You can't lose to those teams. I don't know what it is, but some of these teams just lose to FCS teams. I honestly don't even know what is the big deal about that. So we're going up against Arkansas State. They are at home this game. Let's just look at their leaders. Let's look at who's leading their way. So Hansen is their quarterback. He's thrown for 730 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So he can't turn the ball over. So maybe we can force some turnovers. And Wand is going to be their leading rusher. Let's just take a closer look at him. So he is a senior. He's 5'5", 194. But man, look at him. He is a burner. And he's 93 speed, 96 acceleration, 94 agility. So he's going to be a tough little guy to bring down. He is 5'5". That guy is going to be all over the field. It looks like, their backup running backs aren't bad either, because Jamal Jones is here and he's already rushed for 200 yards, 89 speed, 90 acceleration. Justice Hansen is also a scrambler. He's 88 speed as a quarterback. So another tough game containing a quarterback. So we cannot, be conservative. We got to be aggressive. We got to stop these quarterbacks from scrambling on us, because that seems to be our Achilles heel. Quarterbacks that can run the ball, they're just killing us this season. But looking at Setzer, their leading receiver, he's actually a tight end, 6'7", as a freshman. So he's a beast right away. And then they got 2 senior receivers here, and we got our hands full. I can't lie. We got our hands full. So let's hop into this action. Arkansas State, can we get the win? Stay tuned. Let's get into this game. Let's get it. Let's go. So our run offense has been playing pretty horrible. And going up against, this mobile quarterback, a great running back, it's going to be a tough game, but here we go. We're underway. We are on the road here in Arkansas State, and here is Coastal kicking off the ball, and we get them stopped at about the 27-yard line. So here comes this Arkansas State offense. They're pretty talented. I can't lie. They're pretty talented. So here comes Hansen on the first drive, breaking a tackle from Ryan Marshall. But look at that. There's nobody home to stop him, and he breaks it all the way for a touchdown on the first play of the game. Disastrous start for the Coastal defense right away. That was too quick. That was way too quick. And Arkansas State takes the 7-0 lead. So can this Coastal offense, at this point I'm thinking, man, can we keep up with them? So we got to play it a little different. We got to use the clock, run the ball a lot more. So we're going to hand Jimbo Brown the ball as much as we can in this game. But here is Justin Johnson, JJ, getting the reception on the outside. And here he is on the back-to-back plays, getting another curl route on the outside. So that's 15 yards, 30 yards total for JJ so far. So on a 1st and 10, close to the 50-yard line, finally a screen play. We don't run many of them, but that goes to Jimbo Brown, and he gets 18 yards on that one. So now on a 1st and 10, here's Amari Manuel getting inside the 10-yard line. We're moving this ball pretty nicely on the first drive. So now on a 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line, here's Jimbo getting in for the touchdown. and he is going to tie this game up at 7 apiece here. And that was kind of an easy drive. I can't lie, that was an easy drive, and Curtin did a good job of leading us down the field. So now back on defense, can we stop this running game? You know they run the option. So on a 1st and 10 here, close to about the 40-yard line, here is Pritchard getting the tackle on that one. But Juan does get to the 50-yard line. So now on a 2nd and 4, here's Juan getting stopped in the backfield by Danny Armstead. But we do end up making the tackle that time by Nigel Bolin. So facing a 3rd and 2 here, trying to run the ball up the middle. But look who's in there, Sylvester Kane. He's in there for the tackle for loss. He doesn't get in much, but he got in, made that play, and we are going to force a punt. I mean, man, it seems like we haven't seen a punt in about 3 games. And we force a punt here early on in this game. So now facing a 3rd and 2 back out on offense. Here is Curtin running the read option. He's getting the 1st down. So now let's see if he can lead this team down the field one more time. And it's a good start, giving it to Jimbo Brown. And he's getting 9 yards on that one, running over a safety. So now on a 2nd and 1, picking up the 1st down. Only 2 yards, but Javier Garcia does pick it up. So now on a 1st and 10, here is Jimbo Brown getting past the 50-yard line on a 6-yard carry. So now on a 3rd and 3, a couple of plays later, Mr. Reliable Jack Kleck, the transfer sophomore, getting open, and that's an easy pitch and catch for Kashawn Curtin. So now on a 1st and 10, a minute left in this 1st quarter, here is Javier Garcia moving his way up for a 7-yard gain. So now running Amari Manuel in motion. He's breaking a tackle, and he's moving the sticks. So we're moving the ball pretty nicely on these first 2 drives, but not so fast. Javier Garcia does get tackled for a 2-yard loss. So that brings us to a 3rd and 10, but another curl route on the outside by Justin Johnson. Another 1st down, and Curtin is fairly accurate so far in this game. So here he is rolling out right on a 2nd and goal, and look who's open, Sam Forbes for the 7-yard touchdown reception. And look at Curtin, he's out to a good start, 10 of 11 to start this game, and he's showing that he's a leader now. He's getting used to this starting role, and he's got us out to a 14-7 lead. So now back out on defense, here's Arkansas State giving the ball to Wand, and Wand is going to make it up to about the 35-yard line, and Arkansas State is going to continue to move the ball pretty nicely. So now on a 1st and 10, back-to-back carries for Warren Wand, and he's going to get inside about the 30-yard line. So now on the next play, running a counter to the left side, and Cedric Granger is there for the last line of defense, getting the tackle there at about the 20-yard line. So now on a 2nd and 2, here's Hansen rolling out right, trying to get past Ryan Marshall, breaks the tackle, breaks another one, and Cedric Granger there for the last line of defense again. So now on a 1st and 10 now, close to about the 10-yard line. Here he is trying to roll out right as Hansen, and he does get swallowed up that time on the outside by Nigel Bolin. So now facing a 3rd and 5, a couple of plays later, here's Hansen trying to roll out, but this time he's rolling into the pressure, and Ryan Marshall does come up with the sack, and they do have to kick the field goal. So that makes it a 14-10 lead here for Coastal Carolina. So back out on the ensuing kickoff, here is Alan King getting some running room, and he's going to make it close to the 50-yard line. So nice field position, setting us up pretty nicely for the next drive. And we start this drive off with 3 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter as Jack Kleck gets open for 8 yards on the pass from Curtin. So here is Jimbo Brown on a 3rd and 3, getting the handoff up the middle, and he's stumbling his way up for 12 yards. So Jimbo Brown's actually off to a pretty good start in this game as Curtin throws to the outside, and this time finding Amari Manuel. 12 yards on that reception. So a couple of plays later, a minute left in this half, and we're just trying to move the ball closely, maybe get a field goal, maybe get a touchdown. We'll see. So now 40 seconds left in this half. Here is Jimbo Brown on a 3rd down, and he gets tackled by the defensive end, and no touchdown here as we are going to settle for the field goal as time expires going into halftime. And we are going to lead this. Man, we haven't led at halftime in a long time. 17-10. So now coming back out on offense, I love that this running game is getting going. This offensive line is just dominating at the point of attack. I mean, look at this offensive line. Jimbo Brown gets absolutely smacked on that one. But, I mean, look at these holes that he gets to run through as he gets to counter to the outside on a third down. And another big carry. I mean, this offensive line is doing a number as we do move the chain. So now on a 1st and 10 here, look at these holes. These are wide open. Jimbo Brown, 9 yards on that carry. So facing a 3rd and 3 here, running the receiver in motion. Here's Curtin thrown across the middle to Amari Manuel, and he's wide open. But Curtin, that was his first real and accurate throw. So we do choose to go for it on a 4th 3. What do we have to lose in this season? As we do find Amari Manuel over the middle, and that actually was a tricky pass because we had A open in the flat there that time, and we actually made the more difficult pass, getting it to Manuel. So now here is Angel Gonzalez getting the reception on the outside. He gets in and subs in for the outside receiver. But on the next play, Jimbo Brown, another big carry, 8 yards. We're just like chipping away at this defense as we keep getting yard after yard after yard, as Javier Garcia does get 10 yards on that counter. So now on a 2nd and goal, trying to run the ball one more time, and he gets taken down from behind as Jimbo Brown at about the 6-yard line. So now facing a 3rd and goal, look who's open. Jack Kleck one more time, and he gets in for the touchdown. Not many big pass plays in this game because our run offense has been so good. I mean, the offensive line just blocking this defensive line like no other. I haven't seen this offensive line show up ever. I mean, this is a great game blocking as we are trying to stop them here on a 3rd and 1, and Arkansas State does convert. So now they get the ball at about the 45-yard line on a 1st and 10 here. A minute left in the 3rd quarter, and here's Edwards breaking a few tackles, another one. 3 broken tackles on one play, and luckily Danny Armstead does have the speed to catch up to the receiver that time. But on the next play, throwing the ball to a screen pass receiver, and Cedric Granger has the ball in his hands and drops it. So now on a 2nd and 10, here's Hansen getting a nice 10-yard, 11-yard scramble, and he's going to move the chain. So you see like the missed opportunity on the interception opens up the floodgates as Hansen moves his way inside the 5-yard line. So now on a 3rd and goal here to start the 4th quarter, here is Hansen on a read option, and he does get stopped on this one. Nice tackle that time on the outside by Josh Norman. So facing a 4th and goal, all or nothing here. They run the handoff up the middle, and Danny Armstead, I mean, man, he had an opportunity to make that stop. He runs past Warren Wand, but Warren Wand does get in for the touchdown. So now 6.5 minutes left in this 4th quarter, and you know the strategy here because you know our defense has been kind of shaky all year, so we're going to try to milk this clock. So on a 2nd and 5, here is Jimbo Brown getting to the outside, but he's going to cough it up as Arkansas State falls on this ball, and the first turnover of the game comes by way of fumble in the 4th quarter. And up by 7 points, that's exactly what you do not want to do. He takes a big hit, fumbles it, and Arkansas State takes back over with great field position as Juan does get a handoff to start this next drive past the 50-yard line in our territory, but he does get stopped. So facing a 3rd and 7, here's Hansen from the shotgun, having all day to throw, but he finds his receiver, Kendrick Edwards, for 11 yards. So now moving the chains on a 1st and 10. Here is Warren Wand getting a handoff, a couple of nice blocks, and he gets up close to the 14-yard line, but he's actually shaken up on that one. So the backup running back Jones comes in, and he breaks a tackle on his first carry, and he gets up inside the 10-yard line as he's close to about the 6 now. So now facing a 2nd and 2, here is Jones getting a handoff, and look at that blocking. Perfect blocking by the Arkansas State offensive line, and they don't miss. They capitalize and they tie this game up with 4 minutes left to play in this game. And, I rode Jimbo Brown to this point. He did fumble, but I believe in the redshirt freshman as he gets the handoff up the middle. And on a 2nd and 1, he gets one more carry. And that one is going to go for 10 yards as we are now close to 3 minutes left in this game. But on that carry, he's going to get hit. And Jimbo Brown is down when it matters most. So we're going to have to depend on the senior here, Javier Garcia. And on his first carry after the injury, he gets 11 yards. So now here we go. All we need is a field goal. 2 minutes left in this game, tied 24-24. And we are going to milk this clock down like no other on a 2nd and 4. Getting the ball to Javier Garcia. And he's showing the agility, getting the first down on 8 yards that time. So now a minute left in this game. And here's Javier Garcia. He can't get any running room on that one, but we're at the 20-yard line. We're within field goal range. So what we want to do is milk this clock. So Keith Syracuse Jr. gets in on the carry, and he gets 6 yards. So that sets us up with the game winner. Can we hit it? Preston Lang from the hash. He makes it. And the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers are going to go on to win this game. And what a game this was. We played keep away pretty much. We had this game under control from the beginning. We ran the ball. I mean, look at Javier Garcia had 10 carries. Jimbo Brown had 21. He got hurt on the last drive. But, I mean, a 5.7 yard per carry average, I mean, that's pretty good. As Jack Kleck, Mr. Reliable, has a couple of good catches. And our defense balled out. Ryan Marshall had 3 tackles for losses. And if it wasn't for that one fumble that we had, we wouldn't have probably gave up 24 points because we were holding them pretty well the whole game. And what a great sighting this is for our defense because, we've been struggling on defense. We struggled versus Navy, and we bounced back in a big way on the road. 24 points given up, and that's actually, it sounds weird, but it's actually really good for the talent that we have in our defense. I mean, giving up 24 points, I would take that as a win. So I like the game we saw from them. We did make a few stops that led to this victory. And look at Hansen. He only threw the ball 3 times during this game for 40 yards. So that shows how much this running attack, they were trying to run down our throats, and we just stopped it. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, because next episode, man, we got to continue these wins. Wins like this feel good. We are 1-4. It is our first victory on the season. We're 2-4 actually. And this is our first win in conference play. So we want to build off of this. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.